welcome back to my channel. In today's video I have got my big bag of clay and I'm going to be creating some really cute Halloween decorations in today's video, so let's get straight into it. The first idea I've got for you is a little trinket dish, and for this one you're going to need to roll out a slab of clay and then draw out your design. I freehanded my pumpkin, but you could cut around a template if you don't feel comfortable cutting directly into your clay. Once I had cut out my entire shape, I then started to remove some of the inner part of my trinket dish, just so that there was an edge around it and my dish wasn't too thick and bulky. So I did remove some of the inner clay from my little trinket dish. If you haven't got these tools, you could just smooth it out with your fingers or build up an edge with additional clay. Once I had then removed all of the clay that I wanted to, I then smoothed out the entire thing with some slip and my finger, and I also defined the outer edges of my pumpkin trinket dish as well. I then moved on to creating the design on the inner part of my trinket dish, and as I'm thinking about Halloween, I wanted to give this one a little bit of character. So I'm adding some face details to my pumpkin, and I've scored and slit, and then I'm smoothing out each of these elements of the design on my trinket dish. I was a little bit worried about the teeth. I thought maybe they looked a little bit pointy, but overall I'm actually quite pleased with them because I think it has given it quite a bit of character, and it reminds me of something from maybe Nightmare Before Christmas with those pointy teeth. Once everything is smoothed out and dry, I then use one of my tools just to smooth out any of the edges that might still be a little bit rough. I then paint my entire design with 2 coats of acrylic paint, and I've just used a white with a little bit of yellow ochre, and then I decided to add a bit of gold detail around the edge. For the gold, I just used a metallic Posca pen because you can be quite precise with it. This next design is a garland, and I've used the same slab method with my clay, just rolling that out so it's nice and flat, and then I'm freehanding my leaf designs that I have created and smoothing them out. I also make sure that I add a little hole in each one of them so that when I come to string up my garland, I can easily put my string through each of my designs. And then I also add in the details on the leaves to just give it a little bit more style. I created 3 of the leaves in total, and then I also created some pumpkins and also a few different acorns because I thought these 3 things together would just look really nice on my garland, and I thought it would be really nice to create an autumnal garland for in my house. I just thought it would be really nice. With this you can be quite rustic or you could be really quite precise. I also like the idea that you can make it bespoke to what you want it to be. So you could have one that's more Halloween themed with decorations like stars and moons and witches and cats, or you could go more autumnal like I have here with different natural elements. I then painted each one with my off-white that I had created, which was just a white acrylic paint with a little bit of yellow ochre, and then I set those aside to dry fully before then stringing them up. To string my garland, I used a twine, and I just placed that through each of the clay designs that I had created, and then I tie a knot on them to keep them in place because I don't want them to move across the garland and knock into one another. And then I found a little space in my house to pop them up, and I put mine in my kitchen, and I'm really pleased with how it looks. Let me know in the comments if you're going to give any of these a try, and also make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed because I do like to make videos for you guys weekly, and it'd be great to have you join on my channel. The next idea that I've got for you is a little pot or a little trinket pot. You could use it to store some Halloween candy in, or you could just have it as a cute little design sitting on the side for Halloween or autumn. So I'm just making the lid, and I've created a circle that I had drawn around to get it quite precise at this point, and then added a a lip around the inner part. Then I used the pinch pot method to create my pot. So I had a ball of clay and then I just used my thumb to create a hole in that and then start building that up. Now I am actually going quite rustic with this, and I'm going to make my pot look a little bit like a pumpkin. So I am going to be manipulating this and making it look like it is quite sort of natural looking, like a pumpkin. Once I have created my actual pot, I then added some additional clay around the outer sides of my pot, just to give the effect of the pumpkin, so all of those sort of outer curves, and just to make this look really, really organic. Now this isn't something you have to be really precise with, you can be quite rustic. And then I started to work on the lid of my little pot. And again, adding some clay on the top of that to make it look like it has those natural curves of a pumpkin. And I just build that up with my additional clay using the scoring, slip and smooth method to ensure that my clay is fully attached and I know that is not going to fall off. So I just smooth that out with my finger, and I'm thinking about where I'm placing that stalk as well to make sure I leave space for that. So as you can see, I've got a really nice little design there, and then I can attach that stalk, and I'm attaching that in exactly the same way with that slip, score and smooth method. Then I use that exact same paint that I have mixed up for all of my other pieces and add 2 layers of that to my pot, before then adding in a polka dot design, because I thought this would look really pretty for my design. You could paint yours in completely different colours, you don't have to copy this one. And then these are my final little clay creations for autumn or Halloween, and I'm really pleased with how these ones have turned out. So there you guys have it. Those were my Halloween decoration ideas. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try any of them. And also make sure you tag me on Instagram so I can see which ones you've had a go at. I'd love to see some of your work. If you have enjoyed today's video, give it a big thumbs up. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.